Welcome back again to the Leading Force with Sikh Arts and Film Foundation. We were discussing about the target audience, Teji, as Mandeep touched. You're looking at a greater New York area where you normally get at least 40-50% of non-Indian audience as well, which is phenomenal. But have you ever thought about broadening your platform, going to a PBS or going to be a global Punjabi channel like PTC for that matter we have discussed, which can bring you to more than 20 countries and like you said, 22 million Punjabis at least could see it?
We certainly intend to do that. In fact, we are perhaps thinking of changing the venue also so we can have from 300 plus people at one sitting in Asia Society to go to Lincoln Center with over 2,000, So, and perhaps by increasing the duration also to 1 week from being 3 days or 4 days,
But how about showcasing a whole film festival week on a channel?
I think that's a wonderful idea. That's a wonderful idea as well because the idea is to reach to as many people as possible. So I think we'll look at the logistics and how to go about doing it, but that certainly is a wonderful suggestion.
Because you'll be meeting all the directors and talking to them this time and clear the rights, because it's not a commercial venture for them or for the TV platforms or for you, but it just gets the mandate out to more and more people and creates the awareness about it.
Certainly. 100%.
Very intriguing, Teji, is about the board you have put together. You have people, obviously, like Honorary Sardar Saheb with us, and you have Ajay Banga, you have Ishar Singh Bindra, you have Sant Singh Chatwal, Dr. Gurdeep Singh Gujral, you have, of course, Dr. Kapani, Vikram Sani. How did you put all these top people together to believe in you? I'm sure there is huge difference in, if nothing, age between you and them. And for them, you are a young kid, technically. And they believed in your vision and your team to give and lend their name and be a board of directors.
See, when you're doing a good thing, people come and support you.
Very well said.
That's a bottom line to this. And all our patrons, all of them, have been tremendously helpful to us in one shape or another. All of them. I think it has been, of course, starting with our honorary patron, Siddhartha Lochan Singh Ji. Everyone has given suggestions, their time, and Siddhartha Lochan Singh just mentioned a very interesting fact that we started a collaboration with the Jewish Community Relations Council. I'll give you an interesting story how that came into being. My good friend of mine, Ajay Banga's name that you just mentioned, Ajay was at Bloomberg's residence with perhaps less than 20 people for a dinner. And he met Michael Miller, who was the CEO of JCRC. And Michael, created some interest. Well, why don't we try to build something with the Sikh community? Ajay calls me the next day, very excited. He said, Teji, I met this gentleman. Let's go for lunch. So, we scheduled lunch of 4 or 5 weeks later, and one thing leads to another. And we had a first event, which was done in April of this year with JCRC, it was done in Farmingdale Y, where there were 350 people, where we had a Jewish exhibition, a Sikh exhibition, a Jewish movie, a Sikh movie, and a Q&A session. And inaugurated by both India's and Israel Consul Generals. So and not only that, we are taking a step further. We are picking up 16 children, 8 from the Jewish community, 8 from the Sikh community. They will get together and they will plan an event. Wow. Then Jewish community will sponsor the 16th trip to Israel, and Sikh Art and Film Foundation will sponsor their trip to India.
Great idea.
So you are trying to learn and understand at a younger age. See, when you are a teenager, 16, 17, 18, it's impressionable age. Yep. And not only that, now the next step is perhaps to build up a forum for the leaders of the community. So I'm telling you, every patron of ours has pitched in. Dr. Kapani has given his contribution in various shapes and forms, as Mandeep has mentioned. Sant Singh Chatwal has come to the table and has been wonderfully helpful in various ways. No? So I think everyone brings a lot to the table. They are wonderful people, and each and every one of them has been extremely supportive.
And of course, you are absolutely brilliant father. I think he's a father figure to all of us in this generation. And I think Sardar Sahab also touched with due respects to what he has founded in you. We have been talking about films. One of the other mandates for your organization is art. And if I'm right, Gauri Gill, she created a huge exhibition for you from the arts point of view, and which you showcase called The Americans. Give us some idea about it.
Well, Gauri's case, she had done an exhibition. She had done the exhibition before us. So what the Sikh Art and Film Foundation was, we partnered with her to sponsor the opening night. We felt that she had done a beautiful image of taking photographs of people, including Sikhs, very, very aesthetically and beautifully done.
And all across US.
And all across the US.
Different parts.
And then she also released a coffee table book on that as well. I think Gauri is extremely talented. It was indeed a pleasure to have sponsored that event with her. And coming back to what you said, and I want to come back here, definitely my father has been an inspiration in all this.
Absolutely.
He has been very farsighted. He has been behind the scenes. As you've seen, he's a very humble person.
Sure.
He gives his suggestions, and then Mandeep, I, and we all get together to implement it.
And that's very, you guys are very fortunate that you have a father figure like him. And he guides you, I'm sure, in the right direction. Mandeep, let's talk about the Gala Awards, which is actually the finale on Saturday every time. What is this segment?
Well, there's two components. Well, there are various components, but the most important is, as you said, Gala Awards. We recognize the leaders in Sikh community, and this year we'll have, Gurinder Chadha, who's a director of Bend Like Beckham and Pride and Prejudice in that movie. The other one is leader in leaders, and we have Jaspal Bindra, who's CEO of Standard Charter Asia Division, and then we have Navtej Sarna, who's India's ambassador to Israel, and then the second segment that comes in is awarding the prizes to the films that have won. So the films that have won, we have like an Oscar-style thing, open the envelope, and announcing those films, and the directors come and they get the awards. And obviously, we have a lot of show sharaba and dancing, like typical Punjabi
we'll
style.
We'll touch that a little bit later. When you say you give a kind of an honorary awards to these individuals, how do you select these individuals?
Well, these individuals are selected on their, basis on their merit, and how they're successful in their fields, and what they have brought to the community, and what they've done for the community, and what kind of role models they are for our kids and future generations to come. And it's our way of saying to them, thank you for doing what you're doing, and we need leaders like you. So it's basically, for their achievements they have made throughout their life.
That itself is a big challenge, because there'll be a lot of people who want to be there, and obviously you can only do 3 of them.
Yeah. And I do want to say one thing though, and it's a very thought out, and it's a very long process that we all sit down and we discuss, and we go through. We always have a list of people. At times we have names thrown at us and say, listen, why don't you honor such and such person, or such and such person? A lot of time we've been offered money, and the thing is, it's not based on money, it's not based on recommendations, it's not based on sifarish, it's strictly based on their merit of what they've done.
And who selects them?
Yeah, it's the whole team. Basically the whole team plays a part in that, and it's not any one person or persons. It's basically the whole team, and we go through the names. And
now you have a big challenge on this Saturday. I think you host about 300 to 400 people for the grand event.
It's 500 to 600.
500 to 600. I guess, like you said, not like the film festival, the festival which you host at Asia Society. Even for the dinner, I can guarantee you could easily have 3,000 people there if you were to open the doors.
Yes.
They all want to be there. How do you choose the guest list?
Can I say something here which is important? I want to just add to what Mandeep mentioned about the awardees. It's not just Sikh achievers. We honor people who have enriched the Sikh experience. We have given awards to many non-Sikhs in the past, like Donald and Shelley Rubin got it 1 year.
Sure, I was there.
President Stuart Rabinowitz of Hofstra University got it for vision. So did Tom DiNapoli. We gave it to Shonali Bose, who is a non-Sikh, for making the movie Amu. So we have gone cross-section.
Last year, Raj Babbar.
Raj Babbar.
Yeah,
This year all 3 happen to be Sikhs, but our mandate is to honor and achieve people who have enriched the Sikh experience.
Sure.
So just one clarification, that's all.
No problem. But going back to how do you choose the guest list? I'm sure you have too many people on your case, and it's not a ticketed event. So how do you manage the list?
It actually is a ticketed event. They have to buy tickets. We have a long list of people who want to come in as guests, and we have that list. But besides that, people can buy the ticket, and we have our sponsors. A lot of time what happens, we have our perennial sponsors, and we allocate the tickets to them, and then whatever are left over, we put them up for sale.
So it must be a challenging task to pick up the guest list.
It is.
And the table allocations.
Yes, it is very much, especially,
Especially in our
community, right? Thank you. I mean, last year we had a huge challenge because we had it at the library, and we had
space.
to turn a lot of people away, and it was not a good thing. Very big challenge.
Well, I think it's still done wonderfully. Give us an idea. What does this evening look like?
Well, the evening starts with a champagne reception. People who walk through the door. Then there's about an hour's worth of cocktails, and after the cocktails, there is going to be, award ceremony. Our gala chair Harmeet was gonna, open up the floor and give a little bit of introduction, and there's going to be award ceremony. After that, we have to thank our sponsors, and after that comes a part where we announce the Film Festival Awards. And after the Film Festival Awards are done, we have a very interesting part, which is a live auction.
Yes.
And that live auction is
that was exciting last year.
Yes.
You could see the bids going up and up.
Yeah, we've had it for 2 years, and we're fortunate that again this year we've got some great, items that we're going to auction off. We have a painting by Manu Saluja. We have a 10 people dinner package by our famous star chef Vikas Khanna, who's cooked for President Obama and Michelle Obama. And then we have a painting that was specially done for us this year by Arpana Kaur. And she has never done a work like that before. And so we've got that. We're very fortunate. So we have a package from Taj. So it's going to be auctioned. And after the auction is done, the grand finale ends with the great entertainment.
We come to that towards the end.
Yeah.
Hold on to that before we move into that last part. So Darsab, did it ever occur to you, with such a grand success of this event, would you be open to host an event like this in India?
You see, it's a different thing in India than what you do here. Here the anxiety and the need is also different. But definitely these films I have been writing, and in newspapers also, and the World Punjabi Organization, they actually agreed to sponsor that these selected films should also be screened in Delhi and other parts of India. As you have said, I also agree that TV channels should also show selected films, because this is their biggest achievement. Because in India, people were stunned when I wrote that films on 6 like this are being produced by the non-6 in outside India. There's no such film on 6 in India. That's one thing, and this credit goes to them. They have encouraged people. So because I believe these 5 minutes, 10 minutes are more in a way, because then you show so many of them all together. So such short films are the need of the day, and they should also try. Such good films should also be screened on the main TV channels, which are viewed.
Gives a wider audience.
They should collect money. You see, the 6 have a good habit and a bad also. Because I criticize. We get so much. 6 are good donors. They are rich, good donors. But we spend entire money on the decoration of Gurdwara, putting gold. And here, this is the way, if we are to do a good harvest for our children, then we must sow this money for them through this method. So that is, the donation should come to them for the film production and screening. Screening is more costly.
Correct.
Because if they give one film on some big channel, CNN, it's costly. But we need that.
You know what, I want to second what he just said. He touched on something very important. If you look at all the films that we are screening this year, all of these films, except for one film, which is Jivika by Anurit Kaur, and it's a 22-minute film. Except for that one film, all the films have been produced by people who live outside India. And that's a shame. That's a shame that the amount of people Sikhs who live in India, and as I told you before, that we have to get people away from that Gurdwara thing, and we have to kind of change their thinking a little bit, because these things are, yes, it's needed. Gurdwaras are very, donations to Gurdwaras are very much
important
needed,
because
very important
I've
to
been
move
going
forward.
to Gurdwaras a lot of late.
But we need to do other things as
Yeah,
well, because
that is true. We
our
need
needs are changing.
Yeah, they are social institutions, if I may call them.
Yeah.
But like you said, we need to go in the other direction as well.
As well, yeah.
While we were talking about the India segment of it, have you ever tried to reach the philanthropists in India? There are lots of Punjabi and Sikhs and very successful, rich people to reach out for funding and donations.
We certainly are trying. Some of them are helping out, and we'll keep trying.
Well, that's wonderfully said. One last question from you, Teji. When somebody attends this festival for 3 days, it's your labor of love for last 1 decade and every year after year of the whole team. What do you think they walk away with, and what do you think they should walk away with?
It's very gratifying. I must tell you one thing. The most gratifying part for me personally is the film festival. You come there, you see the energy, you feel the energy, and that's the most gratifying part. Because you see I watch when movies are going on, because I've seen the movies. I go back and look at people's faces, and I see them, my God, their interest level. Wow. That, to me, is the most gratifying part. And secondly, it was such gratifying to us, to me and to all of us at the foundation. This year, one of the top-notch filmmakers in Sikh movies, Reema Anand, who happens to be a niece of Sardar Khushwant Singh Ji, she's made about 8 or 9 documentaries. She sent an email to us that I'm donating the rights of 3 of my documentaries to Sikh Art and Film Foundation.
Oh, very well said.
So that is, that means that person who's such a great filmmaker herself believes in what the foundation is trying to do. So I think the most gratifying part is, believe me, is seeing the positive energy, which I also feel that we'll probably see tomorrow at our first inaugural Sikh Leadership Summit. And here again, we have 3 Sikh panelists: Gurinder Chadha, Dr. Mohanbir Sani, who is the Dean of Kellogg School of Business, Gurinder Suri is a venture capitalist, Florida, and who is moderator? Matt, who is the Chief Talent Officer of BlackRock. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and I feel that I can already sense it. It will be so gratifying when you see the youngsters, because we are trying to develop future leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
They have done one good thing more. Last year, as you remember, there is such a good picture exhibition
At the
on the Sikh holy trees. Now that's a total novel idea. That here is one religion, when the worldwide environment is the slogan, here how we love trees and how we preserve trees. And they sponsored that exhibition here. And one Sikh temple has done so good that whole exhibition is now in Richmond Hill Gurdwara. So what I say, the Gurdwaras.
When is it? This month, this week?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's lying permanently there.
Okay.
It permanently has been now there. So all Sikh Gurdwaras in America, they should also now contribute out of the funds they get as donation from the Sikh public for such things.
I think
They may
that's a
do
great-
on their own.
That's
or
how
they
you can bring it together,
Or,
really.
or they help such organization, because as I said, Sikhs are good spiritualist people. We must go to Gurdwara, we must donate. That is a must. But these donations should also serve the future of the Sikhs. And that is the method which this association is doing.
Mandeep, tell us a little bit about this 3-day event and a little bit of the logistics, what's happening, where it is happening, and when is it happening?
Okay, so the film festival premieres on Friday night, which is at the Asia Society, and it starts at 7 o'clock. And the next day, the film festival documentary and shorts happen. So the documentary start at 11 o'clock.
morning.
It's in the morning, and and then after the documentaries are done, then there's about a 1-hour break, and then there's the short film session, and they all end at 5 o'clock, and they all are at the Asia Society.
This time.
And then the gala is at the Cipriani's, Wall Street. And for more information, if somebody wants to know how to get there or what they want to do, they can always go to our website. That's the only way they can buy tickets, which is www.sikharts.com.
And what kind of prices are there for the tickets?
The tickets for the premiere night are $30, and for documentaries and short films, each session is $10. And for the gala night, the prices start at $300, $500, and $1,000. And by the way, we didn't talk about the entertainment. The entertainment is going to be by our famous Sukhbir,
Yeah.
Prince of Bhangra.
That he was the best part. Last year he was rocking. He was dancing. You could see even the commercial. You can see people dancing all over.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That's
it's
called why Bhangra is popular.
all over.
It's
And
a
the music.
thrilling for everyone.
That's it.
Thank you once again, Siddharth Lochan Singh ji, for being here, Mandeep again, and Teji ji. We all wish you the success. We are all with you as a media, responsible media, with you to get this information out to as many people as possible. And best wishes once again. That was the leading force with the leading organization, Sikh Arts and Film Foundation. And next 3 days in New York will be rocking and hopefully becoming bigger and bigger. See you next week. Once again, this is Sunil Hali, your host on The Leading Force. Bye.